This feels so freaking foreign. Hey, I am back. Um, wow. We let people come on up in here. Let me get everything situated on my screen so that I can see. I have been gone for a minute, but now I'm back. Okay, I can go over there. Go over there. Uh, uh, uh. So I titled this episode 7 live after show. However, we can definitely talk about episode 6 because I was not here to talk about that with y'all. Um, and I want to give everyone just such heartfelt thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for y'all's patience, for y'all's grace, for y'all's condolences, for y'all's well wishes, for y'all's nice messages. It's been so very appreciated by me. The last 2 weeks have been kind of rough on my end. Y'all can't hear me? You can't hear me? Hold on. Oh, you can hear me loud and clear. Oh, okay, great. Hey everybody, welcome in. But the last 2 weeks have been rough, and it was really hard for me to make the decision to like just stop everything on the YouTube side. But it was literally the right decision and is what I had to do. So I'm really glad that I did do it because I needed it. Like I would have been in terrible shape. I would have been in terrible shape if I would have tried to keep up with my content schedule and my live schedule while also like basically finalizing renovations for the house. Um, and I did a post on my personal YouTube channel, like explaining a little bit more. So I don't want to go into it too much here. Going to a funeral. So like I flew back to Baltimore, but the funeral was also in Virginia. So I like drove my mom and my grandma down, and like we had a hotel and everything, and like it was just a lot of moving parts. Like it was just so much, and I was dealing with like grieving the second person to for me to have lost this year, like really close family member out of nowhere, but then also like being the strong one, and like trying to show up for my mom and my grandma, and then also getting my childhood home together, and then all of the feelings that come along with that. Um, got tenants into that. So that's one thing, less thing I got to worry about. Like I came back to LA with such a weight off my shoulders. I got rid of a storage unit. I got people into my childhood home. Like my tenants are now in there, so I don't have to worry about like. For months, I've been worried about going back and forth and getting that house together. But then too, like, what if squatters break in and if I have to deal with that? And like, no, there's like a wonderful family, great tenants that are in there now. So that I released that. Of course, like the funeral. I also like moved a bunch of stuff from my storage unit into my grandmother's house, like her basement. So then I had to like help my grandmother clean out her basement, and we're getting all these stuff come up from like our childhood and everything. It was just interesting. The last 2 weeks have been so interesting, necessary, but like interesting, emotional, hard, physically hard. Cause like and I'm definitely gonna release this vlog, y'all. I have to because I have never like taken things to the landfill before, but like I threw out so much stuff and I had to do that by myself. Like I rented a truck, and like I was doing everything by my damn self. Like I do everything. But anyway, it was just interesting. And if I would have had to worry about YouTube on top of it, it would have been the worst. And quiet as kept, I wasn't even watching shows like that. Like I was just so busy with like life and what was all that was happening in my life at the time that I just now, watched the All American episodes. I just like watched the Sisters finale. So like at the times where I was supposed to go live, I had not even seen the content yet. So anyway, I'm just appreciative. I'm so grateful that y'all have been like patient with me and y'all are here now. This is not our regular scheduled day. We're going to go back to going live on Wednesdays for All American next week. Everything should start to get back into a flow in order of how it should be. This is also a little bit earlier just because I had to do my Sisters Live after this. But again, I just thank y'all. I thank y'all so very much. I don't know if Melissa's gonna be on this live, but I also like late for wishing her happy birthday. So if you guys are like connected with Melissa on social, please wish her a happy belated birthday. Her birthday was a few days ago. Happy belated birthday, boo. But like we're back. I'm back to life, back to reality. And I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited to talk about this episode with y'all. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. The messages have been like y'all have no idea. I am the type of person who's just like I'll figure it out. Like my mom, I wasn't always the only child, but my brother passed when I was 3 and he was 1. So then I became the only child with my mom. And then my dad, I have 2 sisters from a marriage that he had after me. But I like govern my life for the most part because I during the year I lived in Baltimore with my mom, and then in the summers I was in Detroit with my dad. So then that's when I would be with my sisters. I operate a lot like an only child. And I was left to my own devices a lot. So my default is to do everything on my own and like figure out everything on my own. And the little moments where I like reveal like I need help or I reveal that I'm struggling, and when people show up for me, even if the like simplest thing of like just saying, I'm here to listen, or sending encouraging words, or like reminding me to like take space and time for myself is so helpful because I'm not used to it and I don't typically do it. So in adulthood, finding ways to show up for myself and like having a community like this, and like I feel very like guilty sometimes when I don't show up or can't show up fully for y'all, but to receive the messages that y'all send me of like, no, take time for yourself, do what you got to do, I really feel great. Like it feels awesome and it's new for me, but it's good. So I just appreciate it so very much. And I wanted to make sure that I said that. Okay. I don't even know where to begin, y'all. Kofi's birthday's coming up. Come on, Kofi. Happy early birthday. Oh wait, you're not a Pisces. Oh, you are an Aries. You are, because I remember when I found out that you were an Aries, I was just like shocked. I feel like maybe he's going to enter into his full Aries in his 30s, because Kofi, you're so passive sometimes that it's hard for me to believe that you're an Aries. Okay, let me shout everybody out. Dominic, thank you so much. You have been so wonderful over the last 2 weeks and how you've been showing up for me. Thank you. Wonderful, beautiful moderator. Hey Carrie, hey Supernova, hey Cheryl D, hey Janelle, hey Wednesday Talks, hey Kimberly. So many of y'all sent some really nice DMs and messages and checked on me, and I'm so appreciative. Are you reviewing Raising Cain and Erica? Demarcus, thank you for the super chat. Yes, I am behind, but I'm going to get those up because I'm enjoying the season. And I love Rock, and I need to stand 10 toes down for my girl. Like, yeah, I need to stand for Rock. It's a lonely road. I think I'm in the minority. Everybody's coming for her motherhood and everything like that. So I need to put the content out there. Not Kofi's literally an uncle. That's hilarious. Hey Eric, welcome in. So y'all, this is going to be talking about episode 7, but again, we can talk about episode 6 because I didn't do a live to talk about that as well. And I kind of wanted to do this live where we focus on characters because I honestly don't even know where to begin. Like, these little kids got me blushing. These little kids got me so nervous. These little kids got me so stressed, and I absolutely love this for me, and I love it here, and I love it for us. Yeah. Where y'all want to start? Which character y'all want to start with? Oh, who we want to start with? Maybe I should put up a poll. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put up a poll. Which character are we starting with? This feels a little weird, but I'm going to put this poll up. Y'all vote for the poll. And then drop your ratings. Let me not forget how to do this. What are your ratings for episode 7? Get behind me, Khalil. I know that's right. Kendra said, let's start with Khalil and Amina. Tori. Oh, Marshy. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Tori is your girl. Tori is your girl. Tori is your girl, though. I'm sorry to hear that. Now me coming back about to be messy. So like I can go ahead. That will just be go ahead and spoiler alert. I don't like Tori. I think I've decided I don't like Tori anymore. But we could discuss. We could discuss why she's your girl because thank you, Micah. I am. I'm doing a little bit better. I'm definitely recovering. I spent all of yesterday resting. Like I literally was in bed all day aside from eating and taking Coley out. Oh, I ain't gonna pick him up because he looks very comfortable. But y'all, today is Coley's birthday. We went for a walk earlier. I'm sorry, we're gonna get into this. Vote. And then let me know your ratings, and then we're gonna really get into it. But clearly I got all these like little updates for y'all. We went to the park earlier. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hold on, let me switch the camera. We went to the park earlier. He had his little balloons. He likes to just people watch, so he just be like a little old grandpa. I got him some freaking doggy ice cream, and he didn't want to try it or nothing. I got him 2 different flavors, so we're gonna try again later and see if he's gonna try it. But yeah, I got him some balloons. It's his birthday. He's 15 today, y'all. Like, my little puppy is just, he's been a grown old man. Not too much on Tori. We're going to talk about it. So, y'all, wish Coley, my lovely dog, and Melissa, such an amazing friend, happy birthdays. Melissa, happy belated birthday. Coley, happy 15th birthday. He's still here. He's still kicking. He's doing good. He's doing really good. I think he's tired. We were both like knocked out yesterday from the flight. The flight was so long back, y'all. But okay, so where we at with the polls? 37% is saying Amina. 32% is saying Khalil. Did y'all vote? Did you vote? Vote in the chat real quick for who we're going to start with. I'm going to check y'all's ratings. Hey, Jessica G. Welcome in, boo. Hey, Destiny. Hey, Kay. Hey, Adama. Where we at with ratings? Dominic says, enjoy season 7. The story be storying. Yes. Janelle gave this episode a 7. Supernova gave it a 7.5. Kendra gave it a 7. Jessica G says Tori was doing way too much these past few episodes. Got me side-eyeing her. Kimberly Felder gave her a 7. Oh, gave the episode a 7. Dominic said an 8.5. Destiny said a 7.5. Cheryl D said a 7. Kofi says 10. Tori was a real one because Amina was going to get them boys fighting. Well, every now and again, boys got to fight. That's just how I got to go. Kay says I give it a 7 out of 10. They playing with my girl Amina. Micah says nah, Amina tripping because why is she about to let KJ jumped over a lot? Well, he wasn't gonna get jumped then. He had his little Wonder Bread. He had his little Wonder Bread brethren, his Wonder Bread teammates there to back him up because he was going to get stomped out as soon as he came into the house. But then when Khalil had realized that he had his Wonder Bread crew with him, he said, all right, it's still more hands and feet than I can actually handle, so I'm going to back off. Nancy gave it a 7. Okay, so I think it's like neck and neck between Khalil and Amina. Now Khalil is back in the lead with 39%. Are we good? Like, can I end the poll? Make sure that you voted, y'all, so that we can account for everybody who's live right now. And hit the like button while y'all are at it. And let's do... I'm going to do a 10-second countdown. The poll is in the chat, so you can so you can go ahead and vote. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're ending the poll, and Khalil won with 38% of the votes. 37. And Yasi not being in the show increased Erica's rating. I know that's right. Listen, I was on that little waterhead boy's head, okay? I was on his head. Okay, so we start with Khalil. Khalil is one of the best characters on television right now, and I love him so much. Like, I just wish that little boy was my son. I'm not even gonna hold you. That little boy there, he deserved everything that's right with the world. He deserved every single thing that he could possibly dream and hope for. He deserves a love so deep that the ocean gets jealous. He deserves loyalty. He deserves grace. He just deserves the way Khalil was running his behind around that Baker house like he's Benson. Sir, you do not have to earn the right to be here. You do not have to earn the right for good things to happen to you. You do not have to earn people showing up and deciding to be a village for you. Baby, when I tell you, as you said, Dominic, the story is story, and then now we're back to where we needed to be. We're back to where the original All-American started out and what made it so fantastic. For me, one of the biggest things was the nuance that was ingrained into the Spencer James character and how he moved in his certain circumstances. And while he had a very specific setup, right? Crenshaw kid trying to dodge gangs and make it to the NFL. Mama struggling, daddy gone, need to be a daddy to his little brother, but still don't have that father figure for himself, want to do right, getting pulled in all these different directions. That specific setup, while specific to him and his circumstances, is so universal for people navigating life, period. So like to look at a Khalil who doesn't have the exact same story as Spencer, but a similar one, it resonates. It resonates for me being a little black girl from Baltimore, right? And no, I didn't have the same pressures of like, oh, you going to join the gang or not? I lived in the hood. There was choices. There was choices that hood girls made. There was choices that hood rats made. Like, there are certain choices, and we all are like presented with them. And to watch Khalil work overtime, honestly, the part that resonates the most for me right now is watching him work overtime to feel worthy. While he is already worthy, it hits home whether you are from the hood or not, whether you feel like you have made it or you're still trying to make it. Like for me in my career, I'm definitely still trying to make it. I'm still trying to sell my show. I'm still trying to, direct the thing. I'm still trying to break in. I'm still trying to become this big thing. And in a lot of ways, when you are, at least, again, just speaking from my experience, when you are a young, black, talented, smart person navigating this world, right? Coming up, we are taught to be twice as good, 3 times as good, 4 times as good, better. We are taught to work really, really hard. And I think that that's a thing that has culturally, from slavery, been ingrained in a lot of us, especially the well-to-do one of us who are trying to make a different way than what we had. And I think that they are just telling the story for Khalil in such a beautiful way that it resonates. And like watching him do these simple tasks of like cooking breakfast and doing chores and little things that like teens should have to do or should be responsible for, but the intention that he has behind it and the additional like mindset things that come with it are just so powerful to see. And again, it hits home because I literally feel like I operate like that. Like I feel like I walk into friendships, I walk into business relationships, which makes sense a little bit more, but like friendships, familial relationships, and I lead with like how useful I can be. I lead with like, I need to prove that I should be in the room. I need to prove that I deserve to say what I'm saying. I need to prove that I deserve all the money I'm asking for, that I deserve the recognition that I'm asking for, that I deserve the space that I take up. And for a lot of us, like Khalil was a much earlier in this particular journey, right? Being a younger, like he's a high school boy. But for people who are in their 20s or maybe in their 30s like me, all of the work that you have been doing is that proof enough? And then we never break that cycle. So to watch, at least in this last episode, I like, and I love that they're using Layla specifically to do this. It's like so brilliant. But I love that they're having that particular conversation so that he can start the deprogramming process of like, yes, there are certain things that you have to work hard for. Yes, there are certain things that there are to achieve in this world. But then there's also certain things that you're just inherently, innately deserving of. And all you have to do to get those things or to be deserving of those things is to show up and do good. All of the extra stuff, you can go ahead and leave it behind. You don't have to clean up behind this person. You don't have to silence yourself. You don't have to shrink yourself. You don't have to play small. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. And I wonder how powerful would that have been for like an Erica to hear when she was in high school or to learn when she was in high school. Not to say that anything is wrong with my particular lived experience. And I don't know how many of y'all are resonating with this particular part of his story as it's playing out. But I just think that it's so powerful to watch a young person be told, like, or specifically a young person who keeps having to experience the downs in life, the bad, and ultimately in experiencing so much bad and being dealt the cards that Khalil has been dealt, right? You kind of start to learn, whether it's like intentional or not, that like that's the life that you deserve. And to be told something else and now be going through a process and being supported by Layla and Jordan and them having to basically like deprogram him and teach him like, no, the life of stress and strife is not the one that you are supposed to have. The life of worrying, looking over your shoulder is not the one that you're supposed to have. The life of like being more mindful, being more mature, being more strategic than your daddy and like taking care of him is not the one you're supposed to have. Let me show you how this actually goes. Anyway, I'm obsessed with it. Obsessed. Like I could probably go on for forever. And y'all are probably like, Erica, you always focus on the things that we're not even thinking about. But that's what I'm thinking about. And that's where I'm at with Khalil. Like, yes, we had the little drama between between the love square. But I am more captivated by like the story of them telling the mindset thing with Khalil and like him feeling the need to earn every good thing that he gets as if he has not already been deserving of it. Does that make sense? Y'all let me know if I'm talking too meta. Hey, is that EJ? Is that CJ, the TV junkie? I think. You changed your name, boo? Welcome in, honey. Khalil is a cleaner. Yeah, I felt for him. Child, more than a cleaner, like I was starting to cry at certain parts of like, dang, this boy, like in the way that he wore the towel in his back pocket like he was the butler. I said, Khalil, please stop. Please. Kendra says Khalil is Spencer. I would go as far as to say like Khalil feels a little bit deeper than Spencer, which I didn't even know was possible. Oh, it's so good. Khalil definitely will have the best story when it's all said and done. I kind of agree. And we're only 7 episodes in. Every week they continue to blow me away. Oh, you took EJ off. Okay, got it. Okay. Come on, Rebrand. Y'all go and subscribe to TV Junkie. EJ. She's doing great reviews on her channel as well. Kofi says he don't play about Amina. I think he's still processing his feelings for her, and I don't think he's clueless like Amina said. He's better than me because I would have called her out for the childish games. Kofi, don't stress me out on my first day back, okay? Don't stress me out. You're going to stress me out. I fear you're going to stress me out regardless. What do you mean you going to call her? I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it. As a matter of fact, no. We're gonna open up the Discord because I need further clarification, Kofi. Oh, brother. Deciding that you want to call Amina out is a choice. Okay, it is definitely a choice. And honestly, it's the choice that made me no longer like Tori. I'm good on her specifically for that. But we can discuss. What are some of y'all's favorite moments, or actually just what do y'all want to talk about when it comes to Khalil? Kofi's talking about he needs to go ahead and call Amina out because she's playing childish games. They're children. So they're only playing games. They're not playing childish games. They're playing games because they're children. That's just kind of how it goes. Amina wasn't wrong. I don't care. He's playing clueless. I don't know if he... I don't know if it's he's playing clueless. He's playing it cautious. And the more... They just keep proving me right. And I just feel like, you know, Erica's intuition be intuitioning. And I told y'all about Khalil from the very first episode. This man is very mindful. This man understands the fragile house of cards his life feels like it's built on, right? Which is why he's having such a stark reaction to stability coming in the form of living with Jordan and Layla. He feels like his life is built on a freaking house of cards, y'all. Who would actively choose to pull out one of the cards that is propping up the foundation for their house that is built out of cards if they had a choice? A fool. And Khalil don't strike me as a fool. I think that he knows that he has feelings for her, but I think that he doesn't know what to do with those feelings. And then I think on top of not knowing what to do with those feelings, if he even was to venture and think about what he would like to do with those feelings, that potentially puts him in a place to compromise that friendship. And if we have not been able to tell before, this episode should have confirmed again that losing her is the worst case scenario for him. So Khalil, I don't think is playing clueless about how she feels, or not necessarily how she feels. I don't even think he's really paying attention to how she's feeling. I think that he is not playing clueless about how he's feeling, but being in the circumstances that he's in, he has to think about certain things. And because he's in survival mode all of the damn time, that includes survival mode for like losing the most solid, loving relationship that he's been able to cultivate. And unfortunately, keeping her as a friend for him right now trumps having her as a potential lover. And I don't think that that's a bad choice. The thing about it is, the thing that makes it so messy is that Amina doesn't see it from that point of view because she doesn't see herself going anywhere regardless. And that's the disconnect. Thank you, C. Walker. Welcome in, boo. Layla telling him that he could just call her Layla almost took me out. It was so sweet that he kept calling her Mrs. LB. It was Jessica. Like, Khalil is just... I love that little boy. I swear I do. Kobe says, let me have it, E. This is Aries in me. I'm ready. Because when we get to her, I'm calling flags on the play. I think that I'm going to open up the Discord in a second, but I think that, and this is probably one of the things that I respect about Khalil as a character the most, is that I think, is constantly thinking about the end game or the overall result. He's not driven like a lot of people by like the impulse of the moment and like what he wants right now. He understands delayed gratification. He understands sacrifice in a way that most people don't. So for me, Kofi, when you say that you want to call Amina out if you was Khalil, for what? Like, what exactly would that do? Would that make y'all closer? Would that make her trust you more? What would that do? And sometimes I think as people, we get caught up in being right and we don't be thinking about being in a relationship, and we compromise being in a relationship with people for being right. And that was something that I had to learn. I think I learned that in my late 20s. And once I learned it, it was like, oh, yeah, I don't need to be right all the time. I don't really give a damn about being right unless it's like life or death. I would much rather be in relationship with the people who I want to preserve the relationships of. And I don't think that like Khalil calling Amina out would do anything for their relationship. It would literally just give him a moment to be right. And I think that he's not a character that prioritizes being right, which is respectable. Kendra says Khalil really loves Amina. You can see it in his face. You can see it. That actor who's playing him, like, yes, sir. We believe you. You don't like how Khalil embarrassed Amina in this episode. How did he embarrass her? Child, I'm going to have to open up this Discord because I can't even read all this. Khalil saying, Amina, you saying we're not friends anymore with his voice cracking. Yeah. I said, listen here, Amina. Listen here. Y'all gonna have to figure this out because it's not gonna work for me. Micah says, I'm sorry, but when he asked her if they can't be friends at the end after she told him she deserved better. I don't know what that means. IJBOL. What the hell does that mean, Micah? You know I'm in my 30s now. I don't know what that means. When Layla hugged Khalil, my heart melted. So many moments, I'm like ready to cry. They are doing it. They are really doing it. Okay. Khalil going OCD and now so stressing me out. Big stressful. Like, sir, if you don't go chill, that's fair. E. The actor's name is Antonio. About thank you. What does that mean? What does IJBOL mean? Let me open up the Discord. Oh, I need to get my headphones. What does it mean? Okay. Khalil, Layla, and Jordan are the stars of the show for me. They writing them so well. They are writing them beautifully. It is so intense. And I don't give a damn what criticism I had before about the CW and Warner Brothers and whoever the executives are behind the scenes. The one thing that I will always give them credit for is this casting. They have knocked it out of the park with the casting every single time. And when I think about the story of like how Olivia, Spencer, Layla, and Jordan were cast and the intentionality and like the rounds they had to go through and the chemistry and all of that, they definitely did not skip this time around. I think that everybody was perfectly cast for this little new generation. Y'all, let me go get my I didn't bring them in here. I need to go get my headphones so that I can open up the Discord. I'll be right back. But we're still talking about Khalil. So keep dropping your thoughts about Khalil. I'll be right back. Y'all, the birthday boy woke up from his nap. Say hi to the people. He's like, girl. Cody, do not knock my lights off. Over, please. Okay, so the Discord is now open. I think Dominic dropped the link. Hey, the Lawrence Report. Oh, I just busted out laughing. Y'all gotta put stuff in quotations. I'm a millennial now. I kept asking what it meant. Y'all kept saying that. That's hilarious. Okay, we're back. The Discord is open. Thank you, Dominic, for dropping the link. If you want to call in and share your thoughts, we're talking about Khalil right now. Lovely, lovely, amazing, super human Khalil and all his nuance and greatness. Shout out to his daddy being locked up. We need to keep him there for a while. I'm sorry. Not sorry. This boy needs a little bit of deprogramming before his daddy come out of jail so that he can be able to really, really process and do life how he needs to be able to make it out the hood, because his father is going to be one of the things that keeps him there, unfortunately. You read that season 7 ratings were low. I don't know. I'm not necessarily focused on the ratings like that. I wouldn't be surprised if the CW as a whole has lower ratings, as they did a complete new rebrand. So yeah, I don't really have nothing to say in reference to that. Unfortunately, I just want to talk about where we are at the story right now. Maybe later, maybe when we get to episode 10, we can start talking about that. But it's honestly not really predictable. Part of it is like the stuff that people don't get to see. Clearly, I'm gonna start talking about it. It's like, yes, ratings matter. How many people are watching the show, but there are also popular shows that get canceled all the time. There are little things that help save shows and help launch careers, like an executive, a high up executive that has green light ability. Their child likes the show, so that show will stay on the air because their child is obsessed and always talking about it, regardless of what the ratings say, regardless of what is going on. So like, I don't know. I would spend less time, especially now in the climate that we're in, y'all, with so much catastrophic news coming out every single day. There's so much bullshit. There's like raising prices for everything. It's so hard to be an American. It's so hard to just live. I am choosing to like give most of my attention and most of my focus on things that really matter. Things that not necessarily I have full control over, but I have control over like my mood and my energy upon receiving the thing. And if it's something that's going to put me in a place of like negativity or whatever, I'm less likely to give it any type of attention, because it's too prevalent. It's too much stuff to worry about. It's too many things to like be so concerned about. If they cancel it, they cancel it. But for right now, they're giving us a really great show that's having a really great run. That's just kind of my thoughts on that. Yeah, I don't have a bunch to say about it. Anything can happen right now, and I only want to focus on the things that I'm enjoying, honestly. Yeah, it would be nice to see where Khalil's character can go, for sure. Okay, so the Discord is open if you guys want to chime in. We were just talking about Khalil, and Kobe made a point of like Khalil should have called Amina out, or he would have called Amina out if he was in Khalil's position. I like that he didn't. And again, Tori, for me, in deciding to drop that bomb in the way that she did, or at least like hint to it, she's lost me. And I fear she might have lost me forever. She was already on thin ice because I felt like she was a knockoff Layla anyway. But like, girl, how desperate do you have to be? And I'm trying to be like, I don't know, I'm trying to be mindful and considerate because they're all high school teenagers. But girl, please, like, like KJ is a really cool kid, but he's not worth all of this. At least, not, I can't even say not right now. Like, I don't know. Tori gives me desperate in the worst way. So when people are saying like, oh, she reminds me of season 1 Layla never gave that to me. She never really gave desperate until they decided to sacrifice her damn character to prop up Olivia. I'm sorry, Supernova. She did give knockoff Layla because they were making her say Layla's words, right? Like, we go back to, I don't know if it was episode 1 or episode 2, where they had KJ and Tori do the whole read me and I can read such and such. And that was like a callback to the exact words that Layla and Spencer had in the quad that day. So I'm not just making it up. Like they really were trying to like, oh, we need y'all to see her as Layla, and it's just like no, because Layla was just frolicking about with her raggedy Asher on her arm, still trying to be loyal while she was growing in attraction to Spencer at the time and like really respecting the man that he was. And while she had feelings for him, she was trying to do right, stay with her man, and she saw Olivia had feelings. So there was a point at the beginning where she was like trying to push them together. Tori's ass has been thirsty from the start, trying to trap the man in the closet. Don't like, girl. Layla was desperate for Spencer. When we could go episode by episode. I don't think she was being desperate by doing that because she seemed to react in panic, and she was right. I wish they wrote her to move more classy though. What did she have to panic about? There was nothing for Tori to panic about. So I don't see it. Both Amina and Tori are given desperate, to be honest. Micah, I think that that's such a great point. However, I think the problem and the disconnect is, and y'all should notice by now in watching me in my commentary, the disconnect is why. Y'all give me a why and I could pretty much work with anything. I could work with the why for the villain. I could work with the why for the hero. We know why Amina wants to have this kooky plan of like fake boyfriend because she has these feelings for Khalil, but she wants to be seen differently and she doesn't think that she can come out and just say it and whatever. We get that. But we don't know why Tori is so desperate for KJ, which makes it land on like a false place of like, girl, I don't care because I don't know why you're doing this. KJ is a cool guy, but it ain't worth all of that. So like, what is your why? And also I think for me, when it comes to Tori, her desperate gives I'm not a girl's girl. Like, and I can't respect that. I'm a ride for women regardless. Like, I really struggle when I'm critiquing a lot of these shows and I feel like the women are put me in position to defend men. I don't like that. I will do it because if the man is not wrong, he's not wrong. But I don't like to do it, right? Tori is taking actions and she does certain things that is actively to be harmful to another woman. Amina is thirsty or desperate, but all of her actions and her decisions don't take into consideration, like, are not trying to be harmful to another woman. She's just trying to better position herself with the limited knowledge that she has and like the naivete and like teen angst, yada. You feel me? I can't respect it. Like, that's immediate turn off for me. When I run into women who are just so consumed by the attention of whatever man. I don't give a damn what man it is. I don't care if he's God's gift to us women as a man. If I run into a woman that is just so enamored by that and she's willing to slide any woman up under a bus specifically for the kudos or the adoration or the attention of a man, girl, because it's a man, like, it's a man. And I hope y'all take it how I said it. Like, that's really how I feel. And it's not to be shady, it's to be honest. Men stick their thing in anything. So women running around here trying to just attain the attention of some man who would... No, don't do it. Don't do it. That's all I'm going to say. Because I feel like I'm going to go left and then all the men folk going to be mad at me again. Does that make sense? Since y'all are gonna try to paint me to be biased towards Tori or against Tori, I like have very real reasoning why I can't roll with sis no more. The moment that you show me that you're really not a girl's girl, it's goodbye. No, but it's Amina's fault too. What the F, Amina? That's not how you get Khalil. It's not how you get Khalil, but they kids. It's not. It's not how you get Khalil. But also, this is not how you get KJ. You think outing the girl that he's bending over backwards to try to keep up the lie with because he cares about her so much, in addition to liking her, he truly values her. So the thing that you're going to do is out this whole entire thing so that you can better position yourself in the eyes of this man who is doing all of this specifically for her. That doesn't make any damn sense, Tori. at all. And no, I don't think Amina was right, but it also, he agreed to it. She's not manipulating anybody. It's a kooky child plan that is going awry. And then even amongst the time of it going awry, KJ was choosing not to open. Like, he would rather fight about it than to tell. And then here comes Tori. Well, I'll tell it. Nobody asked you to tell it. It's none of your business to tell. And I would have the same position if it was Tori doing this and Amina had the information. Hell, Amina clocked Tori's BS about, oh, my cousin goes here. Oh, I didn't see a cousin. And she didn't even out her in the way that she could. She didn't confront her on it. She didn't do none of those things. Like, they just have very different energy. Tori said music is her thing. I'm worried. Child. Kid Ray said Spencer really liked Layla when they were together. Yeah, so I don't know what they're talking about in reference to saying that Layla was desperate. Tori's ego is bruised because KJ turned her down and she's trying to get the upper hand again, which is stupid. It's dumb. It's so dumb. Because regardless, girl, you're never going to get the upper hand that way. Well, we haven't done deep into the Beverly characters. What you mean? Tori said that she's going to get the party started one way or another. One way or another, Tori and Amina are acting like high school girls. I don't think that Tori, well, yes, okay, I'm not going to take that from her. Tori is acting like a high school girl. She's just acting like a high school mean girl. And I hope that she wasn't going to be that. Because I also don't think that Layla was a mean girl. You wouldn't say that she isn't a girl's girl. She stopped KJ from DTR in order to get his feelings for KJ in order. I don't know what that means. Y'all using all these damn acronyms. I don't know what they mean. All is fair in love and war. Supernova, I fear. I'm not. I want to say what I want to say, but I don't want to hurt. I don't want it to sound bad, so I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. The launch report said I wish I could call in tonight, but I'm at work, so I'll be listening. Okay. Tori really just wanted to be KJ. And it's like, girl, is it worth all that? I'm afraid that there might be more to Tori saying her music thing seems like a copy of Layla to me. Yeah. She's acting like a high school girl with a focused crush. Also, I don't really see her with other friends. Maybe she's holding on to a connection. Like she said that they ate lunch together every day. And that doesn't make y'all worried or nervous? Like, I don't know. I feel like Tori is on the pick me pipeline. Let me know your thoughts. Like, I don't want to elaborate anymore, but and I can't, like, I don't like pick me's in real life, so I can't get with it. But AA gotta balance the characters because Crenshaw kids are getting a lot, but the Beverly kids are falling flat. I don't think that the Beverly kids are falling flat. And don't get me wrong, like, when I say I don't like a character, that doesn't mean that I want the character gone, or I think that the character is bad, or I think that the character isn't doing a great job. You're not supposed to like every character. But for me, I'm just like clocking that Tori could be a villain. And that's cool for the story. I just don't vibe with her. And I'm telling y'all the reasons why. But all of it is helping to make for like a very compelling story. She's providing great conflict for our main protagonist in Amina. And Amina is now about to be running into the time where she needs to really figure out what she's feeling and what she's thinking, because like Tori said, you know, there was a girl who had a reaction it was not a fake feelings in the reaction to the fake relationship, him cheating on the fake relationship, right? And now with Tori pressing KJ as hard as she is, maybe Amina thought that, or maybe because Amina wasn't really thinking about KJ or her potential feelings for KJ and how they have developed in reference to their friendship, she wasn't thinking about a potential threat, but now she has no choice but to. So I'm not saying anything is wrong with the Tori character being who she is. I just don't like who she is. I think she didn't want the fight to go down, but I think that she also had ulterior motives. I'm talking about Tori. She could have not wanted the fight to go down, but the fight is going to go down between KJ and Khalil regardless. Khalil had, well, he didn't mean to, but Khalil had some Crips pull a gun on KJ. If KJ was actually from the hood, it would be on site regardless. And KJ is giving, he not no punk. He gives Jordan Baker. So he ain't going to start nothing, but he going to try to finish it. So, like, it's not even going to be up to her. Like, every time we see them, they about to fight. So, like, Tori, relax. None of this is helping y'all. None of this is helping Tori's case. If any of y'all are trying to, like, get me to like her, it's just like, girl, one, you're centering yourself in some shit that's not about you. You cannot actually stop them from fighting. And, like, I get the knee-jerk reaction of, like, you really gonna let this happen? But, like, for her to go from that to, like, I don't know. It just, I felt like she was waiting for the time to expose Amina. And she only wants to expose Amina because of what she feels like she can gain in reference to favor by KJ. And that to me is just stupid and it's annoying. And in reference to like her being on the pick-me path, like, yeah, she made a point of her eating lunch with him every single day. Cool. You can develop a friendship with this boy, but you clearly have feelings. And it's like, this is the time where you need to learn to mitigate those feelings and you need to learn to navigate those feelings and certain urges because you're putting yourself in a position to be used by this person, which we get to see them talk about towards the end of the episode, but then also to maybe act out of character if it's not in her character to be a pick-me, if it's not in her character to slide other women under the bus. Okay, that's what y'all saying. I ain't saying that. But if it's not, then you're now acting out of character all so that you can continue to maintain the attention of a man. It's like, girl, he gonna be there regardless. Like, you're one of his first friends. You don't have to do all of this. And I need Tori to be about to learn that because you're annoying me. And how willing you are to like bend over backwards specifically for KJ. While KJ is busy bending over backwards for somebody else. Oh, define a relationship. That's what that means? Y'all, I need y'all to be using words. I'm down with the acronym here and there. But I'm also like, let's use our words. Did they say that on the show? Because I feel like it was on the show and I was like, I don't know what the hell that means and I don't feel like looking it up. Micah says she's doing all of this to get with a boy knowing she'll always be his second choice. And don't get me wrong. I don't think that there's she has to like walk away from him, right? Or like not engage with him. But she's going from 0 to 100 and not like she could really hover at 50, hover at getting to know him. Like to me, the rejection should have been like, okay, he not necessarily into me like that, but we're cool. Let's figure out what this friendship looks like. She's still pressing hard for something more than friendship. And it's like, girl, do you need some kind of assistance or like, what is it? What's not clicking, honey? What's not clicking? KJ and Tori really about to get together. I hope not. Amina is going through something. She needs a friend more than a boyfriend right now. In what way? Khalil and KJ about to be fighting all season. Period. And they really, low-key, their battle is more internal because they see things in each other that they want. They did say it on the show. Okay, so I didn't know what it was on the show either. I just used my context clues. And I was like, define. Okay, so I didn't even put it together then. But I'm also very tired, y'all. I've been doing a lot. Amina needs to rest. Y'all think? I don't know. Well, I have definitely already decided that I like Amina. So I could totally be biased, right? I don't think that I feel like y'all need to elaborate. What do you mean she needs to rest and she needs a friend more than she needs a boyfriend right now? For which one of these men? Or is it both? I don't want to respond if I'm not responding to something correctly. Tori low-key could have showed up a bit later. I wanted to see that kiss. What kiss? What kiss? What could KJ want that Khalil has? Just curious. Um, the grit, the independence, the the strength that kind of like pops off of him. While KJ like knows that he's talented, he probably knows that he's fine. He also, I think, could totally see himself as like sheltered, right? And Khalil don't have that. It's kind of like house cat versus stray cat. And ultimately, a lot of times the house cat looks outside and wants to be in the streets, and the stray cat wants to be in the house. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, KJ and Amina were about to kiss, and Tori blocked it, asking to change the music. Oh, that kiss. See, yeah, I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I forgot about that for a moment. That kiss. Yeah, we needed that kiss to happen. If that kiss would have happened, the night would have went a little different. The night would have definitely went a little different. And she did just pop up. But she's always just popping up. They did almost kiss in the kitchen. Okay, so we're kind of already there. But like, let's talk about Amina. I'm really, really excited for where they have this character at. I think that they have nailed the teenage angst behind like your very first crush, which I am dubbing Khalil as her very first real crush. We don't know this to be true, but it feels like that. Yes, the hijinks that's ensuing, the plan, the scheming, it's all games, 100%. But also, how does she know anything different? It doesn't look like Preach talks to her about dating. What is Coop wants? Coop haven't told her nothing about dating. Coop just found out that she has a boyfriend that ain't Khalil, but Khalil was the one picking her up and doing all of these things, and she just knew that Khalil was going to be the boyfriend if there was going to be a boyfriend. So like, there's nobody actually talking to her and giving her the rundown on how things should go or what it should be like, right? So she's going off of whatever we can assume is like her teenage media, the shows that she's watching, whatever's happening on social media, and her feelings and vibes. So I go fault her for that. Again, I think that they're knocking it out the park with her and like this journey within the feelings that she has for Khalil and how she's showing up. I think it's so interesting when we think about how Amina shows up for Khalil next to how Tori is trying to show up for KJ. And it's again not helping the damn argument when it comes to little Miss Tori, because Amina likes Khalil. Very clear. We have known that from the beginning. However, when we see her show up for him, when we see her pour into him, when we see her speak life over him and his situation and what he's going through, it doesn't feel like it has a romantic ulterior motive with it. The that Tori is doing ultimately feels like she wants it to lead to him sticking parts to him and the parts of her. Girl, that should be a perk, not the whole kit and caboodle and the goal and the aim. And I don't know, I could definitely be reaching in that particular observation, but like in thinking about it, that's what it kind of feels like. A friend will help her navigate that better. I think Coop and Preach will start to answer Amina's questions. I mean, and the only friend that she has that's really close is that little wayward ass Macy. And she got enough sense to know that she don't want to be Macy. She don't want to be thotting and bopping about and drunk all the time like what Macy is. Macy gives life at the party. Macy gives, she's going to do whatever the hell she wants. Macy gives the wild teen friend who's going to influence Amina sometimes to do what she don't need to be doing, but it's going to give her a great life experience. That's who she has, encouraging her to do hijinks. She don't know. She doesn't have, additional perspective that she could really use to get out of the games phase. And this is what you're supposed to be doing, honestly, at this time. Like, the games is what help you figure it out. Amina is cool as an individual, but her desire for these guys that don't really want her, that she's actively chasing, is hard to watch. Cammy, what? She's solid on her own. I think that she may not see that fully yet. Cammy, you think that Amina is chasing guys that don't want her? Sometimes I gotta ask, are we watching the same show? Please, please expound, Cammy. Please expound. Because from where I'm sitting, is sitting between two men that do want her. One that wants her so bad he's going to do what she's asking, even if it makes him uncomfortable, because he wants to please her so bad. And the other who wants her, I think romantically, but also still in a very strong familial sense. And he's prioritizing the familial part because he cannot fathom losing his one and only rock at such a pivotal time in his life. But maybe I'm wrong. Like, maybe I'm not watching the right thing. Cause Amina chasing two guys that don't want her is wild work. Like, I don't see that. I would love to see that perspective though. Y'all, is Amina chasing two guys that don't want her? Can we please expound or call into the Discord? Um, and we could talk about it, please. Hey, Kofi, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I believe so. Can you guys hear Kofi? Give us another test, Kofi.
Testing, testing, testing. One, two,
Yeah,
three.
yeah, you're good.
All right, what's up? So who we talking about, Amina?
I mean, we're talking about Cammy's comment. Cammy said Amina is cool as an individual, but her desire for these guys that don't really want her, that she's actively chasing, is hard to watch. She's solid on
Oh,
her own, and I think that she may not see that fully yet.
that's Cap. Those two boys want her. You see how they almost
Bad.
went to blows? Like, I mean, come on, bro. That's Cap. Like, I initially was gonna go into this to maybe go in on her, but then I had to step back and realize I'm gonna be 30 on Sunday. These are children, okay? I have to remember what I was doing when I was 16 years old when
Hello.
I liked a girl. So maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh. So I'm gonna let her live.
Oh,
Okay.
so now you ain't gonna call her out?
No, no, because
Mm.
I have to realize. I mean, it's just not fair to Khalil, man. I mean, maybe I need them to have a conversation because I just think that you guys gotta they gotta say what it is because maybe it's not like he don't like you. Maybe he just doesn't need that in his life right now because he's got too much going on. And I don't know if she understands that. That's kind of my whole issue with this, to be quite
Right, but
honest.
I think that it's very easy to put all the onus on Amina in reference to this understanding. So like, yes, to what you're saying, but also Khalil don't have to operate like he her daddy. Like he don't have to, she's the precious and and put her up on this pedestal in this way, that allows for her to go to a place mentally where she's not really sure of his feelings, right? I think that in the same way that Amina could say how she feels, or and should say how she feels, I think that Khalil has just as much responsibility to speak to like how important she is to him. He's a person who shows how he feels in reference to acts, but the way that the acts come out, it comes off like daddy or big brother versus even like best friend, honestly. So he's not 100% like clean and like, oh, I feel so bad for Khalil in this whole Amina situation because he has the proximity to be able to tell deep, things to, like, they talk about his dad, they talk about gang life, they talk about the things that he has done and all of that, and her mama and all of that. But then when it gets to like the stuff that really matters specifically for them in their relationship, they both kind of like clam up for different reasons.
That's fair. But at the same time, Khalil's not a mind reader as well, you know what I mean? But he's a 16-year-old boy. You're a 16-year-old girl. I know we've been. I'm just going to put you all in game. We're oblivious when it comes to women, okay? Like, we don't know if a girl likes us or not, or we do, we like to drag our feet, so to speak. So that
And
whole
whose fault
time
is
when
that?
that's on us.
And
That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
I
It's
think
on.
that's the thing about men in general, like not even just teenage boys. I think more men need to lead with the understanding of y'all being oblivious. Like not to say that women know everything, but we go through certain things in life that force us to reflect on our lives and our decisions and things in a way that provides us with clarity and provides us with more information. And I think this is what ties to like why they say that women mature faster than men. It's because we go through that particular part. But then when we come up against like dating at various ages, starting at high school, y'all don't lead with like I don't know. Y'all don't lead with like I'm oblivious. Y'all lead like y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all lead like y'all are him. And it's like it's okay for y'all not to be him right now. It's okay for you to be confused. It's okay for you to have feelings that you don't know what to do with. But stop acting like you don't.
There. But Amina, she should know that this boy likes it. When she said Khalil catch and he caught her and he that look in his eye, man, boy.
I can
I
see
was
how
like,
she don't see it. Like he literally, and I can only say that because like I remember vividly experiencing this in high school, and like when somebody I don't know, it's like weird. Hindsight is 2020, but like he protects her like a big brother, not like a boyfriend. And sometimes it gets a little like dicey from the outside looking in, but for her to be the one actually experiencing it, like this, he's knocking drinks out of her hand. He's not trying to get her sauced up, like or get sauced up with her. Like he's like trying to keep her on the straight and narrow, like a big brother would, not
yeah.
necessarily like somebody in a relationship would. Hold on, Cammy replied, "What have either of those boys done on their own to show interest? They are at best little sis, little bro that you don't trust, that haven't kissed. I just don't see a genuine interest." Hmm. Cammy, for me, Khalil has shown interest in her. Like I'm saying that his actions like lean big brother from her perspective, but the way that he looks at her already gives him away every single time if you know what to look for. But also being her in that position, she doesn't actually know what to look for. So cool, she doesn't actually peep that. While I
Hey,
know that like she could pick up on his actions as like big bro and like he always is talking about how she's young and one of her biggest things is that she wants him to see her more maturely or older, right? And that's specifically because he views her as younger, as childish, or whatever. From the outside looking in, the choices that he makes and like how he prioritizes her speaks to his interests. And then I would say the same for KJ. He's not faking a relationship for shits and giggles and because he don't have nothing else better to do. He's not showing up and deciding not to out her in moments of tension and like, okay, I could clear my name right now and just throw her under the bus. I'm not doing it. Like there's certain things that he's doing that all speaks to his direct interest in her. It's not for naught. So if you are choosing to like ignore those things, then you can say that they're not there. But those are those examples of interest, at least from my perspective. Were you about to say,
yeah, I'm
Kofi?
gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta help my dad put something in his cupboard. I won't go anywhere, so I'm just gonna mute. All right.
Okay. Hey, Micah. Welcome in. Um, Jessica G says, I believe Khalil wants just based off of the emotional side, but I think that they need to drop more hints that he's interested in her romantically, like more glances or something to build the tension. They could. I don't know. I think that they're doing a good job. She's just oblivious, like a teenage girl would be. Um, and then also we gotta be mindful that she's used to like how her and Khalil show up for one another, so she's not putting extra stock in all that he's doing because it's become normal to her. Um, let's not forget they almost kissed after the game. Khalil should have known Amina likes him at this point. At that point, he was the one who pulled back, not Amina. Yeah. I think he knows, but I think he's being very cautious because of the various reasons I've told y'all before. Hey, Michael, can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Hey, everybody. Hey, hey, Kofi. Um, so we're talking about Amina, right?
Yes.
I said that she needs to rest. I said that in comments, and I said that because it's just she's doing a lot. I feel like she's doing a lot, and it's gotten to a point where she's not thinking about other people's feelings. I feel like
Who are
because
these
we
other
get
people?
so we're in this. I think so. Kobe said, I think honestly, the person who's been wrong the most, or nobody's been wrong, but the person who like I feel bad for is KJ.
Yeah.
I actually feel bad for KJ in this scenario that we're in right now because it's kind of a thing where, like KJ, well, yeah, KJ would be willing to give Amina everything she wants or is looking for, but she just doesn't want him. But and at least that's what I thought until I'm watching this episode, and it's kind of a thing where so she gets him to be her fake boyfriend, and then you're doing this because you want to be with Khalil, you want Khalil to get jealous and like finally admit, okay, I want to be with you. But at the same time, then it's giving you have feeling you have something for KJ, you feel something towards him because you see him up there with Tori and you're upset about it and it's a visceral reaction. Like she was very upset, and so it's like, okay, you want your cake, you want to have your cake and eat it too. She wants both things, and that's understandable. You're a teenage girl, you have feelings for two guys, that's fine. But it's gotten to a point where it's like you have to like Khalil. I don't even Khalil. I love Khalil, but in terms of this Amina relationship, I get men can be oblivious, but this is like another level oblivious. Like he doesn't even notice. Like how he didn't even notice that they were fake dating at all. Like it didn't cross his mind. It didn't like he didn't even seem interested that to what was going on over there when they were together. And for
What you
KJ,
mean
it's just
didn't seem interested?
like he didn't give her the reaction she wanted. Like what he wanted what she wanted him to like, because she saw when what is it, the lock-in, how he was stranger and stuff like that, and then throughout the two episodes that they've been fake dating, he hasn't given anything that like enforces that jealousy, which makes me start thinking
Mm,
like maybe
I
he
wouldn't.
wasn't even
I
jealous.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't
Maybe he
necessarily
just
agree
doesn't
with
like
that.
Kate.
I. This is why this season is so damn good, because every time he runs into KJ, the jealousy is there, every single time, whether Amina is there or not. So you're saying
you
because
I,
he's not showing the
I
jealousy
think
to Amina?
I think this is what I think he hasn't Khalil hasn't shown like some anything like poignant. So anything that's like that stands out to say, okay, yeah, like nothing in the two episodes, which is I guess why she was mad at the end, and honestly why she said, like it's a fake relationship and you haven't even noticed or anything. Because I feel like there's been like moments like I think Khalid doesn't like KJ because he's with Amina and Khalid has feelings for Amina, but he's just not showing it at all. And I don't know if
So
it's an
what?
acting choice
Okay.
or what it is.
So what exactly is Khalil supposed to do? And this is walk with me for a second. I have decided that Khalil is not pursuing Amina romantically because one, this might be the first
Mhm.
time he's had very real romantic feelings for a girl. Two, he really values said girl that he has these romantic feelings for. Three, preach. Four, his daddy. Five, all the combination of all of that and what that means for his life. And ultimately, he cannot lose her. That is the number one thing that I think is popping into his mind every single day. He cannot lose her. When we watch them have their tiff behind, like, he didn't kiss her back and they not talking, when they reconciled, it was like a struggle. Like, he was watching from afar and trying to do certain things, but it was a struggle for him because he doesn't want to actually lose her. To the end of this episode, it's like, so we're not friends anymore. That feels like the most visceral thing that he can experience that he ultimately wanted to avoid. So yes, Amina concocted this plan to make him jealous by having this fake boyfriend, and him not responding immediately in the ways that she might have wanted or we deem to be more outwardly expressive of like, oh, you have to stop it, to me doesn't seem actually like realistic because he's already made a decision to not go there with her for his reasons, the five that I have given. So whether she gets into a relationship with a boyfriend or not, a fake boyfriend or not, I'm still not going to do anything because my hands are tied. I have all of these other things that I have to kind of contend with. And for me, watching him kind of like being the silent security of like protecting her honor within the relationship. Why every time I see your boyfriend, he was some girl? That's something.
Mhm.
You know, oh, he up there with that girl disrespecting you. I'm gonna go handle it. Like those are all something within the parameters that he's kind of set for himself because he's basically told himself he can only do but so much with Amina. He can only go past. He can only go up to this point and not past it. And everything that we've seen him do, I think that he's exercised all that he possibly could do within the restrictions that he's given. No, he hasn't jumped out the window and be like, "You can't be with him because I want to be with you." But he was never going to do that because he feels like he can't be with her. The same way that he feels like he can't actually be at the baker's house because he don't deserve to be there. And again, to me, this is the brilliance that is the Khalil character because it's all of that that's working in the back end in his mind.
Yeah, I agree. I think my thing is because I think Khalil does like Amina, and I'm a KJ Amina shipper, but I want to see like them like pursue whatever it is that he wants out of him and out of their relationship. But I think what they need is probably a conversation because yeah, he likes her, but I think she doesn't know that, and he doesn't. Well, they almost kissed, but she technically hasn't said anything to him to
Do you
for
think
sure
that
say
KJ?
okay
Do you think that Khalil wants her to know?
that he has feelings for her.
Mm-hmm.
No, he hasn't shown that he does because he hasn't tried to show it in any way.
Okay. I just wanted to. I
I don't
think
think
that
he's
we're wanting him to
outwardly.
like act and to do certain things, um, without really registering what his motivations are and the place that he finds himself or his perception, I think, of his circumstances. And I felt like episode 7 with the whole worthy, like you don't have to earn your space here, you don't have to earn the village that shows up for you, was just such a brilliant reiteration of how he's shown up in pretty much all of his life.
Yeah, I think if like I get Khalil, like this is the most stable thing in his life, and he wants that friendship to stay, and he wants it to be strong. I think he just needs to tell her that, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever her reaction is after that will be whatever it is. But I want him to, I want to tell her like this friendship is very important to me,
Yeah.
and if they just stay friends, then that shows me okay, that's a good foundation. Y'all can be friends right now. But I just want him to say that to her because she's going around in circles, spiraling, trying to
Mm-hmm.
something from him, anything. And so I think just him just telling her that will help her maybe just chill out because Amina needs to chill out.
Okay,
Oh,
so that's what you mean by
co-sign.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
co-sign
definitely
that.
think that she's ready to have a boyfriend. I don't think that there's nothing going on in reference to like her self worth and this, that, and the third. That would make me question like if it's time for her to be able to engage with a boyfriend. But she is doing a lot, and I think, like you're saying, he should tell her how he's feeling. I want them both to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Honesty is the best policy, man. Again, I don't blame them. These are 16-year-old kids, so it's normal.
And at that age, it feels like, bruh, like, so I told y'all I was like cleaning out a storage unit I had, right? I found all of these old journals from like middle school and high school. And it just brought back so many memories of like, yo, I really thought the world was ending behind these boys. And like, I thought that life was over at so many points in high school. Like,
Yep.
what? And I get it.
Thought it was,
I get it.
yeah, it's a bit
High
about the
school was
opposite
serious
end.
stuff. Like
It was
I'm in college right now. Like it wasn't too long, but like you kind of like I remember being stuck between two boys. I remember liking one more than the other, but I also didn't want the other one to be with anybody else. I remember all that stuff, so I can understand like how she is doing operating.
Yeah.
But it comes to a point where it's like, okay, these are real people with real feelings. Okay, KJ's over here pining and he's getting nothing. So it kind of comes to a point where, all right,
Yeah, I feel for KJ in this sense because he was just trying to be a good friend. Then he's a teenage boy, so this other girl's been giving him attention, so he decides to lean into that. Then he feels bad about how it blew up. Now he's pissed. She's pissed. Everybody just pissed. The only person that's not pissed is like Khalil looking like a sad puppy saying, "Oh, so we not friends no more." I think that was a little bit dramatic, but I understand. It was,
How do
it's
y'all feel
something.
about my feelings about Tori?
oh, I
Oh
don't like
Lord, I thought she was playing interference. Like if I could use a football analogy, she was pass interferencing the whole time. She blocked that kiss that could have happened. I mean, she outed the fake relationship. I mean, she knew what she was doing when she pulled KJ aside to upstairs. So she's doing what. I mean, I don't have like a feeling about her, but her motives aren't pure, so to speak. So
Hmm.
yeah.
I don't like her, not because it's not it's because she's so far she's very flat for me. It's very much okay, so I was a cheerleader and I like KJ and that's it. And not only do I like KJ, but I am obsessed to the point where I will not let him go near any other person and I will pop up anywhere he is. And I am
Which is
wait
wild.
for a lack of better words, pathetic enough to want to do to oh you can't be you if you're gonna be with me you gotta talk to her and this lie this it's I just there's nothing there for me with her.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, I
she
didn't.
likes KJ and that's it.
Mm,
That's it. You like KJ. Why you like K? Well, you can see why you like KJ. KJ's charming, but you like KJ. You want KJ, and nothing else matters.
mm-hmm.
He doesn't. At
Yep.
the end of the day, she is second choice.
Heavy on it. And girl, you not doing ever talking about something you ain't doing second rejections because yet and still your ass found yourself in a bedroom with him.
Exactly. Like who is she fooling? Well, she's fooling KJ, but she's not playing anybody. You would have if he was ready to go and have sex with you right there, you were gonna do it. You were
I
gonna
It
mean,
do
his
looked
it.
shirt
like it
got
was
off. How
about.
his shirt get off? She was
It looked like
100%
it was
ready.
about to. It looked like it was about to get a crack until Amina popped through the door. So,
Period.
ugh.
She 100% gives pick me shit energy, and I can't get with it. I can't. I
Well, how
tried,
do
little
we not?
Miss Tori, but I can't do it, girl.
Well,
Cammy, like you're talking about Amina running after two men who don't want her. Like I feel like exactly how you described Amina is literally Tori. That's her life. Because
Yep.
had KJ not pay her any more time, like after they walked into that little intimate moment that KJ and Amina had at Crenshaw, I just knew Tori was gonna be like, okay, bet, but she really likes him, so like let me go get him to like make her leave KJ alone. Like she gives that, and it's just like, girl, it's very real. Those girls exist. I just don't like them girls. And shoe fly.
so if we're saying Tori's given second choice to Amina, could we say that Kate is given second choice for ultimately her wanting to be with Khalil?
No, and I love that
No.
question. What's your answer, Micah?
I would say no, only because I feel like the KJ of it all for Amina is still complicated, very much complicated. And the fact, so like, Tori's second choice for KJ because KJ has feelings for Amina. KJ, maybe he has feelings for Tori, I guess, but like he has feelings for Amina. She kind of has rejected him, and so it's kind of a thing where okay, I'll just go over to Tori. But I don't think Amina even I think this episode shows that she feels something, but up until to this point, I didn't even think Amina had feelings or realized she even had feelings for KJ. So you can't be second choice if you weren't actually a choice, and I don't think KJ was a choice for Amina yet, at least up
Yeah,
until this point.
I love how you worded that. I think that Amina didn't see KJ for real until now. Like wholly. Like
Mm,
wholly meaning platonically and romantically. Um and to your point of like you cannot be second choice if you weren't even a choice. I think that that's so real because we're just now entering the season where there is a choice that needs to be had, and she's trying to figure out her feelings. And it's making it complicated in that, like, Michael, you said something earlier that jogged this thought for me of Amina discovering that she's having feelings, whatever those feelings might be, that she might not necessarily know right now, where we're at in between episode 7 and 8 for KJ. I think makes everything more complicated because in her mind, on her mission, she has these very real feelings with a very clear end goal to be with Khalil and whatever she imagines girlfriend boyfriend life like with this person. And she gets into this fake relationship with KJ and winds up experiencing the things that she was hoping to experience with Khalil with this other boy, which makes it all even more complicated. So I think that we're not even in a space yet to figure out who will be first and second choice because she's just now getting presented with the second option. And again, in how the girls move and like navigate these circumstances, Amina with both guys has led with genuine like love and support and all of that, and how she shows up for both of them. And not that I don't think that Tori has been genuine at all, because I think that she has, but hers has very clear romantic undertones, which to me negates it a little bit. And it puts you in a position of like, pick me or else, when you could have been hovering in a place of like developing a strong relationship, which would make it less of a conversation of like second pick versus who's better aligned.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Weren't we
Because
also
Cassius,
saying? Oh, go ahead, Micah.
no, that's not. I was just saying because Cassius said it in the locking episode where it was like when we were talking about both girls. For KJ, Amina was a friend. Started there. She was there for him. But Tori, he barely even knows her. He's known her for all of May, but he barely knows Amina too. But he barely knows Tori in the fact that they don't do anything so far except talk about, well, the fact that she likes him.
Mm, yeah, but weren't we also saying that we didn't want KJ to kind of fall into Amina because Amina, in not so many words, said that she wants Khalil to see her, so he would be doing himself a disservice if he tried to pursue her, right? So,
But that was
like, how do?
before we got to see Amina arriving at a place where she could see feelings for him. That's because we
Oh,
saw those
okay.
feelings not there for her.
All right, now
But
it makes
now,
sense.
or at least for me, I don't know, Michael, what your perspective is on it. But now I'm not necessarily as mad at it because I think that she's seeing that she has feelings for KJ as well.
Do we even call this a square? Because this is given triangle. You know what I'm saying?
and
Like,
and and
because
Tori's trying to make it a square, and it's annoying.
It's really honestly triangle, and Tori is the stop along the way. She doesn't realize that yet, I guess, but it's not Tori and KJ. Even if they do get together, which I think they probably will because of everything that went down, he's probably gonna just turn to her. But it's not anything that's gonna last.
mm,
Kendra says that Tori is in love with KJ. What about
that
him made
Love
her fall in love? And I think
that's
and
this is
pretty
love.
all
like right.
arguments for like why I don't like her. Because if we go to Amina, I actually can tell you why Amina is in love with Khalil. I can kind of
Mm,
honestly start to build an argument on why she could fall in love with KJ. But I could not tell
mm.
you why Tori is in love with KJ off rip. Girl, what are
Maybe
you
we just need
doing?
to see more from her. Like, I need a couple more episodes. I mean, it gave me some good setup about how she used to be a cheerleader and then she had a traumatic injury and now she's just trying to get back into it. So I'm just gonna be patient and wait for that other shoe to drop to get more about her. You know what I mean? Because we have the same complaint about Amina not having a
No,
storyline,
we
and
didn't.
then that
No, we didn't.
yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Didn't we
You on the
complain like
surface level might have, but we have very specific takes. And we are now
okay,
7 episodes in, and she is at the exact same place
all right, fine.
that she
Look,
was
I'm just
at in
saying.
episode 1.
Well, she debuted in episode 2, but you know what?
Well,
I'm gonna
episode
just
2. Did she?
right. So I'm gonna yeah, it was episode 2. I'm pretty sure it was episode 2. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna give
And
it
love
a
is good.
yeah. Love's too quick. Y'all
But
16. Y'all don't know what love is.
in high school, I remember you in high school, you talking to somebody for like a week, and after a week, you're just like, yeah, I'm in love. So maybe she does think that. Maybe
Bless
Tori
her heart.
herself thinks that, but she's not. It's okay.
I mean, it did
But then that
mention
just
this
speaks
episode
to
that he was
like how
watching.
she is not that girl. Like I feel like they should have positioned her better. Like they should have given her more of like the wallflower, the girl who like was looking to find her spot because she when she entered the show, it seemed like she was that girl who was just down on her luck with cheerleading, but she's still that girl. And how she's been behaving thus far is given very much so not her.
Mm, yeah, well, good Lord, fix it, Jesus. This is a lot to take in, bro. This not gonna end, man. We got kind of
And
left on a
also Jessica
cliffhanger.
made the point of she also seems like she likes the challenge in KJ. I don't like that
Oh,
either. So you're going after this. You
yeah,
could potentially be going after this boy because he don't want you.
Exactly. Like
yeah.
that's both stupid and just.
There are probably girls like this in real life, though.
No, there
So,
are 100%.
mm, we'll see. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit back and eat my chips and watch this mess, bro.
Child. Hey, Shy, welcome in, boo.
I have a question actually. Do you guys think that Amina has to prove something when she's with Khalil? Like she always feels like she has to prove something.
Does she feel
As
like
in,
she has to, or
because,
does she
yeah,
have to?
does she feel like
She
it?
feel
Because she's
yes,
always bringing
yes,
up drone every time they're together. Like I think she said the word drone around him at least once an episode.
yes. Bless her heart.
Ugh.
Yep. She is always trying to prove to Khalil that she can handle grown up things. And I think that's
Yeah,
specifically
man.
tied to his very, very grown up existence, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Look at
Shaw,
how
can you
he
hear us?
telling her not to get on the yak, bro.
Hello, can you hear me?
Child, when he, yes, we can hear you. When he said that yak, I said, sir, you're ghetto. I love it though. Hey, Shy.
Hey, hey. I was listening and I had to come in because am I the only one that feels that KJ felt a bit of guilt why he went in for that kiss with Tori? Because she was saying all the stuff that she's been actively doing for him, like watching a movie in a different language with subtitles that she hate doing, eating lunch with him every day. And I feel like in that moment he was just like, oh, like she doing all this, like I feel like I have to give something back. You know, I don't feel like it came from a genuine place of him wanting to be in that moment, but him listing off everything that she's been doing probably made him feel guilty that he was using her and she wasn't getting what she wanted from that setup.
That's an
So
interesting take.
I didn't think
Damn.
about that because honestly, when they got to doing all that, I was just like, oh, brother. And I kind of checked out. But that is a very, very interesting take.
Mm, you know, I don't want to. That might be low key. Sure, you might be low key hitting because
Hello?
that's terrible. Don't kiss this girl out of pity. Like,
I
damn.
mean, there's pity relationships that happen every day, B, in high school. Child.
I thought he kissed her because he wanted to kiss her, but now Shy's making me think about it now.
no,
Uh,
like he was standing up, like he was very positioned to
Yeah.
not, which is why, oh, she started off by with that self-deprecation, like, oh, you don't have to reject me twice. And he's like, I wasn't even thinking about that, but now that you brought it up, I guess. And then she started listing off the stuff that she's doing, and that's when he's like, you're right. Like, I might like then he started coming up with the conversation of like, oh, like, I'm sorry, like I've been taken advantage, whatever, whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, he didn't tell you to do all that. Like, that's something you would do for a friend. Like, my
yeah,
friend is very much into anime, very much into K-dramas. I watch them not out of love, but because if she wants somebody to talk to, she could talk to me about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's a sacrifice I make for a genuine friendship. But the way she presented it is just like she's doing that, as Erica said, with the undertone of wanting something back, and that's a relationship. So I felt like them listing off all of those stuff and then him, you could see it on his face. He felt guilty. So he was just like, oh, like, I know what you want from me out of this. So I'm going to give that to you. And I feel like that's why he was so eager to define the relationship, because we know from his dad that he's very much into like labels, like having a stable relationship. And I don't think he's one to lead someone on. So I think from that started getting into the conversation, he's just like, let me go fully into this so that like my character is not competing against me. But I could be reaching.
Listen,
No,
well then if you reaching,
she
then I'm gonna
she
go ahead and
hitting.
throw my damn back out real quick
She hit.
because
Tries
now,
hitting.
now that now that
How?
you said that, I'm like KJ has also been the guy that we have seen y'all really want to step in and fix things. He's been trying to find his place. He likes being the hero. He's QB1. Like he really enjoys being the go-to leader, the savior, the da 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 da. In the moment, if he's feeling guilty and she's doing all this damn self deprecation that you just pointed out, he gets to be the hero. When she cornered him back at Crenshaw, he was just the prey. But in this, he gets to make her feel good. And if I've already done a fake relationship with Amina, I could definitely give a little bit of romantic tease and maybe I could grow to like her. Like all of those things I think could be ideas in his mind pushing him forward and like allowing himself to take the actions that he took, which could coincide with like, no, he's not necessarily there yet, but for a character that wants to be the savior, who wants to be a hero, that scratches that itch.
Yeah, I don't know if it's guilt or pity, but I definitely think in the moment he was at a point where he was convincing himself that maybe this is something that could work because he clearly sees Amina likes Khalil, and so that what isn't going anywhere. And then he sees that but she's been here for me this whole time, so maybe I can grow to like her in the way that she does me.
Yeah, and she the
And
one that's
that's what
been
he's saying.
throwing
Putting
it
in
at me
that
like
work.
subtle. Like she making it clear that she want me. So I might as well just go for it. Feel me? That's probably what's going through his mind. I don't know, man. Hmm. Hmm.
I think such
Well, no, I
interesting
don't.
points. Y'all let us know in the
Uh,
chat what you think.
well, all I know is I can value as a friend. I don't kiss my friends in the mouth. I'm just saying.
Not you'll kiss your friends in the mouth, Lord. Um. Okay, are we gonna go over to Mr. Cassius?
Oh, my brother, my brother. Can I hug my brother real quick?
Go for it. Go for it, Kofi.
This
Bless
man
his
want his
heart.
wife back. You do. The fact you getting drunk, drinking whiskey on your was it wedding anniversary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Yeah. You want your wife back. You got no interest in any other woman. You stalking her Instagram page. You, he gone, bro. So, and I'm glad he got somebody to talk to. I mean, I'm glad that he got some nice advice from Layla, and I think he's been chill these past two episodes. Like we haven't seen the dude take a chill pill Cassius, like the angry Cassius, in a few real. So that's good to see. So, you
The
know,
only thing I'm like annoyed by is that they didn't give us to me any real explanation on why their relationship has not worked. So like they're still dangling that carrot in front of us.
Yeah, no, it honestly, I so I liked the scenes with him and Layla, but at the same time, I left feeling just like I felt like I didn't learn
Mm-hmm.
enough. Like even like not only with what like how exactly your marriage ended. Okay, so you feel like you got to be the best, you got to be a coach, and so that interferes with your marriage. I guess I get that to a certain degree because that kind of did happen with Billy and Laura in a sense of he kind of cared more about football than her. But at the same time, I also don't get okay, why were you so mad at Jordan for so long?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? 'Cause it's not like you even know Jordan. You don't, from what we've seen, he doesn't know him. So
That's his cousin.
but he doesn't know him. So it's like I still don't like. I want to like Cassius, but at the same time, I'm just I don't hate Cassius, but I'm like, well, I still don't know why you are the way you are. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I get why you're striving to be the best, but I don't get why you and your wife weren't together, and I don't get why you hated Jordan Baker for so long.
Yeah. I think I love the scenes too with him and Layla. I love the friendship that they're building, and ultimately I think that he's going to wind up being a really great resource for her as well. Um but they, for all the time they gave us with them on screen and not really giving us any real backstory and context for like what went down, and ultimately more seeds for like what is his issue with Jordan, I think was definitely a disservice.
Yeah, I think it
That
was
was a missed
probably more. I think
opportunity.
yeah, I think the scenes were probably more geared towards trying to push the line of the cousin uncle story versus like why you and your wife weren't together. Because a lot of the things that they talked about, it honestly just hinted towards what we all know, which is that he's the
Mm-hmm.
cousin. But it didn't really hint towards anything else.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree, but
Mm.
you're right, Kofi. He hasn't been angry cash in a
No, he
while.
hasn't. I mean, we're
He's
not
just a
talking
little
about
sad.
episode 6. I mean, even in episode 6, that peace treaty he had with Jordan when they're in the bar drinking, like, he giving some insight about how his dad kind of pushed him to football and he didn't think he was good enough. So it kind of gives us insight to why he feels like he has to prove himself. So, yeah. So maybe I still need a little bit more about why you and your wife ain't together. So, and
Right.
that's the that's the machine shoe. But
Cammy
I
asks
think I
where
like
is. Sorry, go ahead.
I think I like his interactions with KJ though, like the father son thing. Those are starting to come kind of my favorite, you know,
Yeah.
scenes between those two. You know.
Cammy asks where is Jordan. I actually want to give kudos to how they're using the characters. Because I think that Jordan wasn't needed in this episode, and I love
He
the
wasn't.
buildup of the storyline with Layla wanting Khalil to feel comfortable, and then taking Jordan out of the picture so that she had that one-on-one time, so you can really see what the dynamic is like, and you can see what she's actually speaking to. Um, and again, I like it. Like I like when they didn't actually have Jordan or Layla when they were up in Napa, trying to find out information about ultimately Gaseous, but I think that they're doing a good job of balancing it and not using everybody all the time. Um, and while I'm giving them this credit of like how they're balancing, managing all of the characters, I hate what they decided to do with Patience. Hate it,
Mm,
real bad.
Oh,
mm.
What are y'all's thoughts on
That's
Patience?
I
that. Oh, go
I
ahead,
think we
Micah.
hated it. I think we hated it. Might have hated it for different reasons. Because I hated it because it took up so much time. I thought they never needed to get back together, especially not in season 6. Because after everything that had happened at this point in time, they got back together like near the end of season 6, and now we're in season 7, early season 7, and they break up right after. It was like, why did you put them back together in the first place? And I always thought that Patience got the raw end of the deal whenever it came to that relationship. And it's just sad. It's a sad way for her character to go out. Like I understand it was one of the first, I think it was the first teen relationship on the show, if
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken, like official relationship on the show. So you kind of want to give time to that, but at the same time, Patience and Coop have been through so much, and it's always somebody or something coming in between them. And then you have it that they've grown apart. I thought they've been grew apart in my opinion. So this was nothing like surprising or new. I just think you shouldn't have wasted time putting them back together.
I agree with
mm,
that. I don't think that they showed us them growing apart in this season for that to be the storyline. I think for Patience to be the one that don't make it, but y'all got babies coming out of Spolivia, and Jordala is like it to me
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
crock of bullshit if you ask me. For Patience and Coop to have gone through all they have gone through, and like yes, the story, the the narrative of like people grow apart is a very real thing, but we also watch them grow apart and then grow back together, find their way back to each other, then grow apart again, and ultimately make it back. You really just didn't have to bring them back if this is how you were going to do it. But I clocked it. I clocked it 2 episodes ago when I said that they were going to use this bullshit conflict and like distance as the way they're going to have Patience exit, and I think that they did a disservice to the Patience character. It was very disrespectful, and I don't think it honored exactly who Patience has been to the show. I know that she's a supplementary character, but she was still a very strong one that was very pivotal for a lot of the major characters' growth and development as the series progressed. Like having the story of them growing apart while Coop is lusting after her goofy, thirsty professor, and Patience is getting secret messages from some rando who's going to be going to London with her to perform. It felt trite. It felt coincidental, and it's annoying. Like you said, they could have just not put them back together if this is how they were going to have them end. It feels so non-ceremonial for a couple that honestly were like a pillar of coupledom within the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very disingenuous. I didn't believe it. Like I understood it, like I understood it from the point where like I understand that people grew apart, but for me it's just like you already went over this big hump in your relationship and you got to a place of peace where you guys trusted each other, where like you guys grew. So for it all to crumble, and it crumbled where it did and how it did, with both of them kind of sneaking around and tiptoeing around it, it's just like, ugh, like it didn't feel genuine, like to me.
At all.
Yeah.
And it's something
Huge
that they could
disservice.
have done with the relationships of like if you are having eyes for somebody else and she's having eyes for someone else, the next thing within the trajectory of this relationship that we've already watched y'all go through so much with is like, do y'all open y'all's relationship up? Because you are clinging. Like I feel like this storyline could have been told, but then told better. And then when it ended, it would have made more sense.
Yeah. It felt
It
like a
just
huge.
felt like it was something that they were like, okay, so for the story that we're trying to tell this season, let's just wrap it up and throw a song and a montage at the end. It was very just it wasn't needed. It really wasn't.
Yeah.
Everything that they both been through. Like what you said, I didn't even think about it, but when you think about it, the fact that Spencer and Olivia and Jordan and Layla made it and Patience didn't, it's a real like Patience was there from the beginning, from the start.
Patience is the
So
reason why you actually came out. Like let's cut the crap. Like mm-mm.
Yeah. Huge disservice. You know, it just it felt like a slap in the face, so to speak. It did a disservice to both characters, honestly.
I'm like, they
And
brought Chelsea back for
if they were gonna,
this.
yeah,
but
if you were gonna
Chelsea
do that, yeah, if you were gonna do this, this should have expanded into a little bit of a mini arc, so to speak. Not what 2, 3 episodes.
And they had
That
her coming
was
back shady. Like, I'm like, Patience, what is with this stank ass attitude, girl? What is the problem?
yeah, that sent me, bro. Like what? It was crazy, man. Uh, that might have been the low light of the episode for me. Not
Mm-hmm.
so much though they broke up, but the way that it was executed.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Exactly.
but
Yeah, and at
like she
some point
got
I
like
was thinking, was am I supposed to take that something similar happened to what's his name? Daddy and his wife? Like, is that why we're doing this, to give a hint that they probably had like a similar falling apart based on the conversations that he was having with Layla? But I'm just like, I still don't buy it. Like,
Right.
it's like Patience's ending seasons. I think that was a good ending for her. She got what she wanted. She was off doing whatever she wanted to do. And it was kind of like we didn't know whether or not Patience and Cooper together at the start of season 7. Like it was kind of left in the air. They should have just left it there. It's like they brought Chelsea back just so they could break them up. It it wasn't
Yeah.
necessary.
And then honestly, Micah, I don't know if if Patience got everything that she wanted because she came back with like girl, are you happy? Because you don't seem happy, honey. I get that you and Coop got some distance and whatever, but like even outside of your interactions with her, you still seem like something is wrong.
That's true. The character, it did. The whole thing felt a bit heavy, honestly. Patience, the whole like every interaction was kind of just weird. But I think I chalked it up to just the whole they're trying to show that they're just not walking on the same path anymore. But
Hmm.
I just thought that if we were to choose an ending for her, y'all should have just left her in season 6. Just
Yeah.
left her there.
Yep. Hey, show. Welcome in,
Mm-mm-mm.
boo. Um. Anything else? Did we miss anything?
I mean, we covered the kids. I mean, that was it. The party, the love square of it all. I mean, the, I guess we could talk about the final scene between Layla and Khalil. I mean, that was probably
Mm.
my favorite scene ever. You know, that was a highlight of the episode for me. Uh,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, I mean, oh, this boy just needs some love, man. Damn,
Uh,
like
It was very poetic. The ending saying that everything has a purpose. It was very much. It was a very good scene. I think Greta and I think his name's Antonio played it
yeah,
very well.
yeah.
It You could see the like pain and the guilt, and you can understand like why he feels like he doesn't deserve. Like he's kind of the reason he. Oh well, he's not the reason, but he feels like he's the reason his father's in jail because he didn't stand up
Mm-hmm.
for his dad. He decided he made the choice in episode 6 that he was gonna go out on his own and he's gonna leave him to do whatever he wants to do. And he ends up in a mansion in Beverly Hills, and his father ends up in jail, and you can kind of get okay, this is not fair, is what he thinks. It's not fair. And for Layla to tell him, like it's okay. Like
Yeah.
you're allowed to have people that support you. You're allowed to have, even though your father isn't one of those persons, you're allowed to have that. And I think this is gonna build towards. I don't know if his dad is gonna come out of jail or what is gonna happen with the character. But I think this is good for Khalil to kind of see that what it is to have somebody who's actually there for him and not like how his father was. And then to see how he reacts when his dad does come out of jail, like what is that relationship like?
I agree. I agree. I agree.
yeah. You always
Yeah,
want
and
somebody.
I think Layla was the best person
Oh,
to
so
deliver that
perfect.
message,
Come on, Lele. Yes.
especially in the Baker house, knowing the relationship she had with her father and her having to step away from him and choosing to live with the Bakers in and the safe place that it created for her and her wanting to extend that to Khalil. Oh, it was such a full circle moment.
Yep. In the
Yeah,
best way. Y'all,
yeah,
they
that
put the
was
crack
sweet.
back in All American.
They did.
It was
It
him
was
calling her
so
Miss LB throughout the whole episode for me.
Listen,
I mean, Layla's not. I mean, she's a young woman, but she's still relatively in her early to mid 20s. She's not a grown woman, so to speak. So you
a
didn't have to be
Mrs.
so formal.
Baker.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm glad you just. She said, "Just call me Layla." So it was nice, even though he was being respectful. I was
And
like,
his
Khalil,
old, why
please.
does high school girls want to play games?
yeah. He's like
Like
questioning that
stressing
shit.
him out, stressing him out.
And Layla's face seeing like after she heard the question, because Layla know what it's about. Like she
Uh
knows
huh.
this. She's lived this, so she actually can help a lot.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. This was such a good episode.
17-year-old boy don't need to be dealing with all this, bro. He
What
just
else he need to be
he
dealing
just
with? This is exactly what he need to be dealing with. I would much rather him be dealing with the shenanigans of Amina and how he feels about her over gang violence and dodging
oh
bullets and all the other stuff. I
no,
would take that any
that's what
day.
I'm saying. That was what I meant. The gang and the
Oh,
violence
oh,
thing.
oh, okay.
The girl thing is trite.
This is
It's
the
like
girl
that.
thing is exactly what he should be worried about. I love that for
Yeah.
him.
Oh,
I ain't even gonna
oh,
hold y'all.
man.
Hey Brittany, welcome in. I think that's pretty much
Mm,
it, y'all. We didn't hit on everything.
yeah, man. It was a good episode. A lot of shenanigans. The party was partying. Took me back to my days when I was.
I was wondering if they were gonna get to like having one of the classic Beverly Hills parties. I was like, maybe Tori will be the one to throw it because KJ they still live in a hotel. Cassius, I need you to do something about that because I'm tired. I'm really tired. And then
Yeah.
Amina and Khalil, I'm like, what? How? I was. That's one of the things I was like, yo, where are the parties gonna be at? Because we got parties from the jump when All American started. So
Oh
this was
yeah,
cool.
no, like
Yeah.
at first,
And I love that it
it,
was gradual. Like
Yeah.
it shows Amina's personality. It was real chill. And then the drink came out and then it got a little up there. And then Beverly showed out and then it got crazy. And I'm like, I
The
love
yak.
this because it
The
shows
yak.
us it
The
was
yak
true
one
was
to each
one
yakking.
person.
one thing them Beverly Hills kids always knew how to do was throw a party.
They
Always.
Yeah.
do. They
They
do.
It
do.
was,
Thank you,
it
Kenny.
was the
Welcome in, boo.
background. It was the background characters for me, like Lil Ron.
Uh,
Yo, man, can I get an air mattress? Macy, Grayson, everybody, bro. It was so good.
yeah,
It was so good.
for real.
And it shows how young Layla still is because their parents would have never how their parents never knew when they were throwing parties.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
I was just about to
There's
say that because
so
yeah, they didn't know. Well, Layla was raising herself, so ain't like
yeah.
JP
Yeah,
cared.
that's true. That's true.
And
Yeah.
honestly, Laura would have did it. Laura would have did it just off the strength of she gave them damn twins everything.
Yeah. For
They,
me, the highlight was Cage when Cassius walked through the door. He was like, "Oh, so this is what young, wild, and free is, huh?" Sir, you
like, sir, you
just
need to
told him to
relax because
do
you
that.
also drunk. You coming in here to regulate drunk,
You
not too
told
Well,
much.
you you told him to be wild and free. He wanted to hang with you, and then he was like, "Nah, man, be young, bruh. Go hang out." I mean, come
He didn't
on,
know that mean
Cassius, be
that he was
serious.
going to turn up at this girl house that he leans on for emotional support. He
Yeah.
didn't know that that's what that meant.
Crazy.
Oh gosh.
Had
I haven't watched the
Amina
preview for
jumping
next
in
episode
Khalil's
yet.
arm for
Oh,
nothing.
oh my
Child.
god. Yo, the
She
eyes they was giving each
she
other. That was
she
the
jumped
yak.
into that man's arms, bro.
The yak.
And he's just like, take it back. Take it
Yeah.
back.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad we got a call back to her how she can't handle her alcohol. He was like, "No, you can't drink. Nah, this yak. No, you don't want none of this yak now." I'm like, uh, yep, so good.
Very.
Uh,
Well, y'all, we will be back next week on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. I hope that everybody enjoyed
uh,
the conversation this week. I'm sorry I missed y'all last week, but we're back and we're still chugging
yeah,
along in this surprisingly
man, more,
phenomenal season of All American.
more
Who would
stress
have
coming to
thought?
Khalil.
Not
Yeah,
us.
man.
Not
I mean,
us, okay? Not us. I'm still in shock every single week when I exit the episode and I feel thoroughly just like satisfied and like, oh wow, I was very much so engaged and entertained.
yeah.
Mm.
And here comes more stress for Khalil. First game, somebody from his past pops up, and it looks like they're finna throw some hands. Oh my lord,
I
he
gotta watch
can't
the
get
preview. I
away.
haven't watched it yet.
He can't get away. Oh man, it was good, great episode. So yeah,
Well, thank y'all for joining me for the conversation. Shout out to everybody in the chat for dropping your ratings and sharing your thoughts. Cammy, we're gonna have to keep the conversation going, I guess, in the comments of my breakdown video because we gotta find a better place, a commonality when it comes to Amina. You mentioned that you want better for Amina, which I totally get. However, I don't think that she has bad options right now. Y'all, I will see y'all next week or in the comment section. Again, thank you.
all right, take care.
Bye.
I'm
Glad you're
gonna,
back, E.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna kind of miss these because once I start working, I'm probably gonna be not be able to come on these more, so I'm gonna enjoy while it lasts.
Please do. Please do.
All right, all right.
All right, y'all. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here. I am going to be live again later on tonight to talk about the Sisters finale with Allie Nick for our Sisters Keeper. And then I am going to be pushing out these breakdowns. I do have breakdowns for the episodes coming, not only 7, but also 6. I also think I'm going to do a trailer breakdown and maybe check out some of the synopses that are available so I can get really back into this All American content and talk about it with y'all. As you can see, I'm fully engaged, fully enamored, and enjoying it. So I'm back. We are back. The new videos are coming soon. Thank you guys again so much for joining me on this live and then also being patient and allowing me to create space to take care of myself before returning to create content for y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Hopefully you finish the week out strong, and I'll see you in the next one.